Hello everyone and welcome to the Grand Kindleflame Worlds. This is the Minecraft series I do every Saturday or so. Streamed, of course, as we are on a live stream right now. Yes. Hello everyone and welcome to... Oh, that's my voice. That means it's on. Yay. Okay, so, yes, as requested via Twitter, we are doing this as opposed to Overwatch. I shouldn't say that I do this every week because lately it's been really spaced out between episodes. Overwatch mainly taking most of the stream time. But for anyone who doesn't know, I have started doing Overwatch streams on a Twitch channel. And I kind of have this plan now where I do the scheduled 5 to 6 o'clock streams on the YouTubes, which I'm doing now, and all of the unscheduled streams, which I just, might feel like doing when I'm in the moment, throughout the week. Between those times, well, they'll be on Twitch. So it's a nice little system. I think it's very stress relieving for me, because I don't have to schedule every single stream I do on Twitch. I can just do it as I please. Okay, so it has been a while since I've been on this world. Let's see where we were. Oh boy. Yes, we were trying to perfect this little mechanism here. Oh, left sign for myself. That's helpful. Let's say no. No, unless we're smelting something. We are not. Okay, bit of lag. Activate fuel reactor. That's a fancy way of saying make the minecart go. Activate to be smelted reactor. I think I remember that acronym. I think that's what it was. So why is this the fuel reactor? Oh, because this is where you'd put the fuel in. I get it. Yeah, well, let's take a look at this, make sure I'm right. Because I don't remember. I built this off stream, just kind of in a silly fashion. So one of these tracks probably leads to, yeah, the back of the furnaces. The other to the front of the furnaces, where all the stuff comes. That's cool. That's nice. I thought these were both like places you could just put stuff in to be smelted, but no. One specifically for fuel. That's good. Okay. We were working on this facility last time, but I'm kind of sick of this facility now. I'm gonna go out into the fresh air and work on something new. I don't know what. Could be anything. Could be like, well, I don't even know. That's the thing, I really don't know what I want to do today. The Kindleflame series in itself has kind of ended. Interest has sort of been lost in it. But there's still a lot of cool things that have never really been disclosed. So, that's what the series is about. Streaming Minecraft and also that. We'll see. I think most of my inspiration for these projects comes from the land. I'll look at that mountain and say, wow, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a cool tower sticking out of it sideways and all oddly like, and I'll just give myself this idea that I can't get out of my mind until I get out and build. Oh my goodness, what is this? I don't know. Is this wheat? This is wheat. Oh, good God. I haven't seen wheat with the new texture pack. It looks like it, well, it doesn't look bad. I think it's just surprised me. The melons look okay. But of course I've seen those. The saplings are kind of nice. See, this new texture pack is just that. It feels like a different texture pack, is all. It's not game-changing. Well, I do want to do something with that mountain. Oh, we did say we'd make a dock, right? Did we? I don't remember. Well, I'll get some wood and we'll build a dock. I like docks. Let's see. How much wood do I have? Like, none? Yeah, like none. Oh well. I have everything else I need. Stone, brick, and glass? I don't know why I'd need that. Don't ask me. Is that andesite? Does andesite look different, or am I being silly? No, it looks the same. I'm being silly. Okay. We'll take that. Even though it can just be crafted, don't really need it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's all the stuff we're gonna get out of that base. I think everything else that I was building with is in the, Destructo facility? We never came up with a name for that. The destroying plant. I think it's the incineration plant. No, we did come up with a name for it, and I forgot it because it was so generic. That's it. So, where should the dock be? I don't remember where looked good, so I'm just gonna say this is fine. Ow. Stupid dirt. Get the... There we go. Yeah, this... well, it's a bit far down. I noticed we have a tiny little cobblestone dock up there, which looks awful. Oh yeah, there's our monument. We'll build it here. I like the idea of building it like this level here. I don't have any ideas for this particular build. Thank you, Minecraft, for having such ease of use. If I fall, I'm dead. Oh, I love that notion. Let's see, I want to build wood surrounded by stone brick to make it feel really sturdy and like it's not going to fall. And I also want to build like some different control facilities inside the mountain. That's what I grabbed the glass for. So maybe like a crane or some sort of a moving platform. And forgive me for my rustiness. I'm kind of... Colony survival and Minecraft are very similar, but two very different games, and for some reason they feel oddly different, even though they shouldn't, because they're just so similar. I guess we'll talk about that more later in the stream, but we have time. Start digging this out. Probably should have created a chest, because, well, actually, get out here, seeds. You're a sacrifice to the gods. You know, I always have that question of how far in the mountain do I want to put these things. Because if I put it really far in, it might look pretty cool, but that would take a long time to mine out. If I didn't put it that far in, I still have the opportunity to make it look cool, but it'll be a bit harder and require more creativity. And wow, I don't even think I have to finish that sentence. Okay, so I'm doing what I know. What I know looks good. Granted, on most of my landing platforms, I'd replace this stone brick with like some thicker wood, like maybe put slabs over it to kind of signify that it's sturdier. But with something that doesn't jut out that much, like this platform here, it's probably just a better idea to use stone. If you put stone everywhere, it kind of removes the feeling of weight that is given by its basic look of stone. So I like to be kind of sparing with it and just make wood look a bit lighter by putting that everywhere instead, even though wood is actually, you know, in reality, one of the heavier materials you can build with. Of course, in Minecraft, the step down from that would be like dirt, right? Stone, wood, dirt. In terms of heaviness, I bet. Ah, lag. Lag. Lag! I want to make this high. Let's make this as high as possible. Ah, yes. Oh, that sound will never get old. It's one of those nice sounds in Minecraft, and it really makes me wonder, was it one of the sound effects developed by C418? Because I know he did the ones for the ghasts. I've heard stories about how the ghast sound effects were created, but I don't know about all the others. It would be cool to think that he did them. That he did all of the sounds that I pretty much grew up with. That would feel... not odd. Just nice. Pleasant, I suppose. You'd make that feeling of familiarity grow stronger. Oh, okay, good. Got 3 more. You know, in my lazy mind, writing books has always felt like a good compromise between creating an adventure and animating an on-screen, like, you know, picture film. Because something I've always wanted to do was really get a good adventure going with my friends and animate it and record it with them on Minecraft. That was because it didn't require that much work to, you know, set up. It's not like 3D animation or drawn animation where you have to meticulously take care in each of the frames and all of the different things that you'd be going on behind the scenes. And that you'd just be recording, right? It's the simplest form of getting the idea across of a good adventurous story. But to me, something even better than that is writing a book. And I swear to God, sometimes it can feel like writing a book is the laziest way of telling a story to me. Because, well, and it's hard, you know, to explain this. It's not lazy if you put so much work and time into it, but you really have to rely on other people's imaginations to get your point across. If I said that I wanted this giant battle between 2 very powerful angels, I could use all the words I know to try and illustrate that. But in the end, if the person reading doesn't have an interest in the stuff I'm writing, in reading anything, of course they won't read it to begin with. You know, but when you've got something like visual media, it's a lot harder for people to look away from something so sparkly and shiny and then get involved in the story that goes behind these magical artifacts that they're finding. So, and these days especially, it can feel like that kind of media is really taking over. And I just don't know what's better, trying to really learn how to animate well and get so used to it that it no longer feels very difficult, or just, you know, put your head down and write a good story that is cohesive, and of course you'd be doing the same with animation. I mean, that's regardless. I suppose I meant something along the lines of using words correctly in a pleasing manner. And streams are a lot like that, you know? But it's not necessarily the story that I have to focus on when I'm doing these streams. It's more of just the vocabulary that I'm using and how I speak. But I just wonder how other people feel about that sort of stuff. For me, writing isn't too difficult. It's something that I would easily take over animation if I was feeling very, very lazy one day. Because it's just pressing keys and just using your mind to say, well, if I was a different person reading this book, how would I read this passage, and how would I interpret what I've written here? In animation, it's more cut and dry, but a lot harder to do. It's crazy that, actually. No one in the chat. Oh well. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be. I never know on these streams really what to say if no one's in the chat. Do I just stay silent and listen to the Minecraft music, or should I be trying to think of conversation in case someone jumps in and says hi, or just starts listening to see if it's interesting? You know, if you're thinking about it like that, it probably is best to be at least talking so that people don't think you're watching a silent Minecraft stream. Oh, how far deep am I going? Oh, not even that. Not even that far. Darn it. You know, there's a lot of subconscious tricks to 2D animation that I've learned in my time of doing it. A very short time, mind you. In fact, I think I only completed one true, like, video animation. I think it was multi-scene. I don't actually remember what it was, though. Shame on me. Anyway, there's a few tricks that I've learned, and one of the things I've learned that is so important is to use as few strokes as humanly possible. And that's why I love drawing the furry creatures, I suppose you'd call them. Because when you're drawing a human, you've got a bunch of skin, a bunch of muscles, and a bunch of things that you're going to have to draw shadows for if you want to correctly illustrate that they're there and that they exist. But when you're drawing something with fur, obviously you can't draw a shadow for every single strand of hair on them, so the thing you do is just not draw anything there. I mean, obviously you draw the big lines, like between the legs and some on the arms, if you want them to seem more muscular or bigger, or just have more 3D look to them. But compare that to drawing a human, and you see that it's a lot simpler. There's much fewer strokes that you'd have to do. The one thing that is a bit more painful is the places which sometimes, you know, rarely require more strokes to really get right, like the hands or the... well, pretty much just the hands, actually. I mean, those require a lot of true mastery of the subject before you can get them right. And thus I've only gotten them right about 2 times. Like the... well, then again, I haven't really tried at them too much. Did I? No, I definitely tried on the airship animation. Oh god, those looked ghastly. Yeah. So there's a few exceptions to that rule, but all I'm saying is, you know, they're good. And a good example of this is Carbot Animations. He draws the most perfect little sprites with the fewest details possible. And, you know, that's not even, like, remotely an insult, because how he can manage to envision these characters in his mind and then put them on the screen so eloquently with such ease, I mean, that's impressive. Something I could never do, to be sure. That's kind of why I moved to 3D animation, but oh, there's a lot of pros and cons to both. Okay, I say, oh god, I almost feel like I should make this go clear through the mountain. What do you guys think? I mean, this... that would take so long. Well, we've nothing better to do, and surely there has to be another side to this mountain. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, maybe there isn't. But at this moment, I think it a fine time to see. Well, I mean, in the moments following this moment. Many moments following this moment. Did I see? Okay, I thought I might have blocked too high. I don't have any stones. If I did that, that would be the end of this good-looking roof. Do I have stone? No. Well, and then again, I might run out of pickaxe before I'm able to truly get there. Yeah, I'm down to my last pickaxe. I think it's almost assured that we're not going to be able to make it. So, plan B. Let's see how far this goes. This has got to look great if someone's walking in on the stream just now. I bet they'll probably think I'm strip mining at like layer 12. And then they'll see this and just be like, what? If I wasn't, talking about everything that I was doing. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. If I recall, this was the right side of the dock, so that means that all of this space here will be the left side. Oh, that is lucky. If I'd have come out on this side, it would have looked terrible, but this is nice. Okay, and this is not even that far. That's good. Of course, I'm still not going to have enough pickaxe to get there, but... Okay, that's not a dangerous hole. Yep, no stone. Great. You're a spoiler. Where is he? Ah, down there. Probably. Or in a cave in here. Probably. Yeah, definitely a cave. I was looking at some other Minecrafters streams recently, and one of the suggestions I made to one who was being particularly silent was that he should play music. But he did bring up a very true point. Some people don't like certain genres of music. So that means you can't play one song and expect all the viewers coming into the stream who are just listening to the song and not your voice to enjoy it. And that's a good point, for me. I don't like playing music on stream, but sometimes I do it when I'm just feeling really tired and no one's in the chat. Because I like playing Minecraft music. Okay, I'm gonna have to go for just a bit, guys, but I'll be right back in a second. I'm gonna put the stream on one of these BRB things. Actually, do I have a... Oh, let's see. That's the normal BRB. Put this one... Ah, yes, there we go. So I used our airship animation, and I kind of shrunk the image to make it fit. So it looks a little silly. What about the other one? That shrunk a little better. Okay, yeah, and it makes more sense. We're taking a break. There you go. Okay, time to mute my microphone, and I'll see you all when I get back from whatever it is I'm doing. Mystery and stuff, and yeah. There we go. And we're back. Okay. So. Oh, see, this is why I'd like to have a chat, because then I remember instantly what I was talking about. I can take one glance at chat, look at the conversation, and say, oh yeah, that's what we were on. But as it is, we were talking about, music. Music, yes. Okay, playing music during the stream. Now, he provided a very, very true point. And I honestly could not counter that with anything. And, you know, that's what preference is. Not being able to understand why other people can't enjoy the things you enjoy, honestly. Because I would never be able to understand how someone could not like the very peaceful and tranquil Minecraft soundtrack, but some people don't. And I might not ever be able to understand that, because could they provide me with a reason? Could I provide them with a reason I don't like country music? Well, yes, actually. But we won't get into that right now. That's a bit of a bigger discussion. Well, I did just invalidate my own point with that argument. But I will say that, you know, it's just not something you want to do, I suppose. If you have something to talk about, you talk about it, because it's so much better than just lazily playing music and just playing a video game in silence. You know, apart from music. You know, even if it's kind of a boring thing, like, oh god, people's music preferences. It's still conversation, right? Someone jumps into the chat, says, hey, you talking about music preferences? Well, I like that, and then you can start a conversation with them. But if you're just listening to music, this person, well, you have the chance of just making them angry and them saying, hey, I hate this music, you hate music, and then you can start a conversation like that. But that is a far rarer scenario, and also probably would not start off on the right foot. Most of the time. I don't know. They could jump into the chat and say that they like the song. That would be nice. That would actually be really fun. But again, much rarer scenario. You'd have to have a chat member who is actively out there looking to talk to someone. Which I guess would be more likely if they're looking for a live stream. I don't really know why people look for live streams just to watch. Like chess and professional gaming, sure. But just watching someone play a video game live, who probably isn't going to be, you know, like me, coming up with the most interesting things to talk about? Again, preferences. I wouldn't be able to guess. Okay, we're out of wood, so I'm going to go get some more wood. And jump. And jump. Oh god. And some people can be really hard to talk to about preferences and such as well. Like Paul, for instance. Hey Paul, if you're watching, I just want to note that I can never understand why you like torturing yourself in video games. And from this day forward, I'm just supposing that you're never going to tell me. But I'm still going to ask because I want to know. I want to know if you're having fun when you're torturing yourself and still playing those games. I have no idea otherwise. It's just really confusing to me. But, you know, you gotta imagine people who do things like that are having fun, or they wouldn't be doing them, right? Unless they're trying to, I don't know. Well, I couldn't even imagine. But you've gotta imagine. You gotta stay optimistic, right? Because that's all you really can do. If they're not going to tell you why they're doing them, then, well, optimism is the best policy. Yeah, especially if it's something you can't fix. And that's a hard thing to accept. I mean, it really is. Knowing when you can't help a situation. This was not even a hard thing to accept. It's a hard thing to read. Oh, good God. Really, it's everyone's own jurisdiction. But I personally, on my mother's side, she would always try to help someone before she was asked. But I would always want to help someone if they ask for my help. But sometimes I can't really stop myself from trying. And it's hard sometimes. I think it's all about thinking that you're more than other people. It's all about your own personal beliefs. You know, if you think that you know someone's situation better than they do, then obviously you would opt to say, hey, I am more apt to help you than you are, so listen to my advice. But that's rarely the good thing to do in the situation. And I don't know why humans think like that. It's just a whole trust thing, really. It's just about trusting yourself versus trusting others. Gah. Mind it with my shovel. Well, then again, maybe no one would have noticed if I didn't say anything about it. I'm sure I missed some. Oh yeah, I'm definitely sure. I saw that skeleton down there. I don't like it. And it's gone. Oh my god, that could not have been creepier. I saw it for like a frame. And then it was gone. Oh, also, something I think the last stream we were on, we were working on the airship. I did want to confirm that that thing is finished. And I know it is. I'm sure of it. So in a second, we'll go and look at it if we didn't already. I don't think we did. Boop. Okay, tree farm, you have served me well once again. I think... Oh, it's definitely not complete. Okay, I was sure it was complete. Stupid skeleton. Stupid zombie. Stupid fall damage. Let's do it, melon. Ow. Oh my god, I'm so happy I'm taking this ladder. Oh, what a terrifying scene. You know, there will sometimes be situations where you are almost positive that the person who desperately needs help is never going to ask for it. The question I'm still trying to answer is, in that situation, what do you do? Because, I mean, they might know what they're doing. They may look like they need help, but are completely fine with everything that's going on and are very ready to fix the situation if need be, or if they aren't already fixing it. So, I mean, with people who are that hard to read, who are that unwilling to express themselves, I guess the right answer is just not to try and force any help onto them. Because even if they are suffering, I mean, I guess they'll just kind of learn what to do in that situation. I think, you know, if they never ask for help from others, how will they know that asking for help is a good thing to do? And the answer is they... Oh god, I don't know the answer. I don't know what they do. I mean, that's what makes it a difficult question. Trying to put yourself in their shoes to really understand what they might be going through or how they might react. And I've been able to do that with people like me, but it's always the people who are so unlike me that I struggle with. And that might be pretty obvious, but it's also a point worth noting. How do you connect with people who are different from you? That's always been a challenge for me. It's mostly guesswork, I dare to say. If it's a really bad situation they're in and they really should get advice, then I mean, I guess you should try to help them as best you can without being too forceful, I suppose. And at that point, you know, it really does just boil down to specifics. What are the circumstances of the situation, and how dire are they? That's what it really comes down to in the end, I suppose. With guesswork, it's always been hard, though, because you can't be right. You can have good streaks of luck, and then you start feeling really high and mighty, like you know what to do in certain situations. And you might not. You might have just made some really good guesses. And for that time, you know, you're trying to really understand what went on in that situation to produce such a desirable result. Sometimes you don't, and you just can't. And then you jump back into that situation one day, and you're just lost. You have no idea what you did to correct it the first time. It's hard. Real painful around that point. Even, you know, but at that point, some nice comfort could just come from the fact that you survived it the first time, right? You know, you got through this once, surely you should be able to do it again. Even if you're not perfect about it like you were the first time, or maybe you weren't the first time but survived it anyway. The best option, in my opinion, since most situations do occur twice in different variations, is to make the best out of the end result. Because then you see the situation again. Maybe you don't realize it at first, but subconsciously you see the same dire situation and you say, well, I ended off better the last time I left this. I mean, the last time I got out of this situation, I became a stronger person, a wiser person. Whatever it is that you gain from it, you still have gained something, and when you jump back into it, you feel like you're ready. That's still really... It's really frustrating, you know? I relate this back to my English class. Some of English was guesswork, and sometimes I did really well at guessing, you know? At first, to clear up any questions, yes, I do write books, but English class is my least favorite class. It's not because of the writing. The English language is annoying, but tolerable. It's how they ask the questions that I cannot stand. Some of the questions, the answers, oh god, there might be 4 that are just exactly the same. You don't know which one's the right one. It's these specific rules created by the instructors that dictate your grade. And if you don't know the instructor, if you don't talk to them, if you don't, like, get really, you know, kind of on their level, understand what they want out of a student, then, oh, well, you're done. Unless you guess right. That's what can make it really infuriating. And that is how it feels in some life situations as well. In fact, that is a perfect example. If you can't connect with a person, you can't understand them. Thus, you can't, you know, help yourself or help them should either of you need it. And most often with English teachers, it's you that needs help. Because, you know, you need to pass the class with a good grade. And if you can't connect with the teacher, well, they can't help you, and you can't help them help you. So that's a good example. That might be why my grade was so low. Let's torch this up. I forgot monsters could spawn. What's the difficulty? Ah. Hard, yeah, so they should be at some point. Ah. Well. Fun. We're gonna need a double chest. Boop. I can understand people being good at math and science and physics and other things, but people who are good at English, I could never comprehend how they got their skill. I've never met most of them. The people who major in English, one of my favorite YouTubers, RT Game, as I recall, he did major in English. And I suppose this wasn't an American schooling system, but you know, I find him to be pretty likable. English is so finicky. So very finicky. So very non-specific. It comes down to how you use it, how it appeals to other people, more than if it's used properly, these days especially. Now, obviously, there's some grammatical rules which are just unchanging, but every day it feels like we're straying further from the cut and dry principles that English presented, right? And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I had a conversation with, what was his name? Owen. He was a Minecraft streamer who does the everyday Minecraft stream. Really, really fun guy. But I had a conversation, an argument, I suppose you'd call it, over whether the development of more acronyms like LOL or the emoticons in everyday language was a good or a bad thing, you know, a sign of human evolution. His argument was that it had always been a part of language, and its existence now, and its growth in ours, doesn't really mean that we're going backwards by any sense, you know. To me, I still disagree with him, even though he provided good evidence. Because if you were to text someone, for instance, and texting we'll just basically say is mailing for the sake of argument. But if you were to text someone a certain phrase and put like a lot of acronyms behind it, a lot of like maybe LOL or something silly like that, that could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I'm sorry I can't think of any specific examples. I'm not good at texting. But that could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. If you put a very, orderly and constructed sentence together and sent that to someone, it would be a very hard thing to misread if you used all of your, rules correctly, I suppose. There's a very low chance that they would misread it. And to me these days, especially with how much texting is going on as opposed to actual calling and everything, you don't have tone of voice when you're texting. You don't have a lot of things which, when you're speaking face-to-face or over the phone with someone, you would normally. So in my opinion, the whole acronyms and everything are really kind of an anchor to our communication systems. They could be interpreted in so many different ways. And I guess if everyone's on the same page with them, fine, but people's moods change, and their ideas about how they'd want to talk change as well. So, again, it's just a finicky language. And that's what I hate about it. I just realized I've probably been breathing into the microphone that entire time. Gosh darn it. It's painful because this new microphone, you put it too close to your mouth and all you hear is basically the sounds of a hurricane. My old microphone kept it just a little too far from your mouth and you would sound like you're talking from a 5th story window to someone who was in the sewer. It's, I really had to adjust my mindset when switching between these two. It's painful. Very painful. Also, why a person in the 5th story window would be talking to someone in the sewer is beyond me, but I suppose that's just something you can use your imaginations on. Maybe we could build it into the new story. Sewer Man and his sidekick 5th story window boy. Sewer Man sounds awesome, by the way. No, I know. For the love of all that's holy. Stupid Sewer Man. I hate Sewer Man. He does not sound awesome in the least. Too much slouching. Whenever you hear the sound of my chair creak, it's either because I've started slouching or I've stopped slouching, and I'm trying to get my back into a different position. I know it's best to sit up straight and all, but golly, I mean, that's just exhausting. Sitting with your back in a straight position, that's, ooh, grueling. Okay, there's like a party behind this wall, and since I've already broken it, let's just see what's going on. That way over here. Oh. 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 Yeah, it's over here. I know it. I know it. I know it. Getting closer. There's oh no, I heard us. Oh good God. Well, it's not a cave. Oh, now it sounds like they're behind me. Maybe it's a cave. Ow. I don't think it's a cave. I think it's just stupid. Stupid. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Yeah, I don't care. No, sorry, YouTube. I know, but the stream isn't monetized. I'm not making a cent off of this. So, please, if someone like Ravenpaw comes in and wants to play Pirates of the Caribbean, let them play Pirates of the Caribbean, for God's sake. Like that, I actually got a flag for that stream too, where she just came in and posted that link. I actually got a flag for that. I'm not making a penny off of this. Why? Just why? Just why? Where's the Minecraft music, by the way? I swear I turned music up to like 100. It's at 100. Music. Where are you? I don't see it anywhere. Darn it. We'll find it one day. Even if it requires me to load up the cheats called iTunes. Yes, I just like made an argument about not playing music during the stream, but I'm still gonna be talking. The music's just background music. I swear. I swear. Man, there's some missed opportunities on these streams that I really dislike. I remember one time, I think it was episode 3 of this series, the one I'm on now, someone came in chat asking about the game called Detroit Become Human. That was one of, like, the most, what would you call it? Emotion-grabbing games I have ever had the pleasure of watching. It was great. And because I hadn't seen anything about it at that point, I think this was like maybe a few weeks after the game had come out. Oh, probably just 1 week, actually. I don't know how this guy knew about it so quickly. But, man, I'm just so sad I didn't get to talk about that game when we were in the moment. Because I don't really know what I'd talk about now concerning it. It does seem to be kind of old news at this point. And most of its morals in the end were kind of cut and dry. But that guy could have, helped me onto a few more interesting topics relating to the game. And that's just an opportunity I'm really sad to have missed. Because that would have been awesome conversation. Of course, I think he did open with a question of, have you played it? And I would have had to have said no. Because I didn't play it, I watched it. And I was really pleased to have watched RT Game play it too. That was joyous. Still, it would have been an opportunity. Shed 1 tear to pay respects. And you can press F2. Aw, we got a like. I think someone liked the stream. That was nice. Thank you whoever did that. It's too bad, that we don't have more viewers right now, but especially on the Minecraft streams. On the Overwatch streams, we seem to get more viewers, but we never have anything to talk about. Because you always feel like you should be talking about the game. You always feel like in a game that intense and action-packed, you'd want to go in and say, hey, let's talk about the mechanics of this character. How will this new developer update affect the meta or whatever? There's a lot of opportunity there, but not much feasible stuff that I'd be able to talk about because I'm not a pro at the game. Which would kind of make you say, hey, well, maybe you shouldn't stream it. Well, it's a fun thing to stream because I like having fun on a video game. And I guess the intended audience at that point would be my friends, I suppose, because it would be more fun just to talk to them casually than it would be to talk to a stranger about the mechanics of the game. Now, in a game like Minecraft, you probably wouldn't be talking about the game. Everyone knows Minecraft. And I would go to my dentist, and he's like, yeah, my son plays Minecraft. My daughter plays Minecraft. Go to some random stranger on the street who I run into on the bus. Yeah, Minecraft. We know Minecraft. And sure, a lot of people know Overwatch, but not as well. And at least I'm always interested to hear how the professionals interpret the game and how they see it compared to me, more casual player. Oh, nope, nope, not gonna do that. I almost slouched again. Oh, whatever, I'll just do it. Commit! Oh, yes, the laziness sets in. Shut up, zombie. I don't have time. Put this cobblestone away. Oh my god, we're almost out of stone bricks. Hey, that's music I hear. Yay! We'll listen for this for a bit. Be my luck someone joins the stream while I'm being silent, but, you know, if it must be, then let it be. But I like the song. I used to know the names of all the Minecraft songs by heart. I'd be able to listen to a few notes and say, oh, that's Araya Math, or that's Hagstrom, you know. These days, no, I can't. I've listened to them all so many times, just the same playlist over and over. It's all just Minecraft music to me now. And I don't mind that. It's good music. Why would I need to know the names of the song if they're all in the playlist that I love? I see no reason. But I always wondered what it would be like to create music in a program like Ableton. To my knowledge, you'd be able to, in that program, say, I want a violin to play a G flat. I don't know, something. I don't know. I took violin class. I should know the notes, but I remember none of them, and it's sad. But anyway, not that sad. Anyway. You know, I always wonder how easy would it be to just create a nice beat, then add some rhythm, then create some notes to make a nice sounding piece of music. I always wondered that, but programs like Ableton, you know, sitting at a price tag of about $200 to $300, never really seemed accessible to me, especially if I opened it up, realized that I had no idea what I was doing, and, you know, seeing as there's not too many tutorials out there for those programs, it would just be kind of hard, painful. Maybe there are. I haven't searched too hard. The other thing I'd be scared of is walking into a program like that and saying, no, this does not act as a synthesizer. You need to get your own instruments, record songs, and then we'll help you edit them together into a composed piece of music. And those are useful. I mean, they're really useful to composers, but to me, I own a piano, a guitar, and I don't even know how to whistle. So that would be a total of 2 instruments, one of which I have never used in the past 2 years. And the other that I'm just learning and am pretty bad at so far. I know how to play one song by heart, though. It's a nice song, too. Anyway, that would be my other main fear factor. Fear. My one fear for it. Oh, I'm glad we just got wood. Oh, hey. And that oh, I didn't get more stone bricks. I didn't get any iron. What happened to my iron? I put it in the chest. No. Oh, good God, no. And do they fire fast? I'll never stop complaining about Minecraft skeletons. Pew. Hello and welcome to Sandy Pullard. You should try Audio Tune. It is easy and free, however, you need to know how soundboards work. Also, hi. Hello, and welcome to the stream, as I think I already said. Audio Tune, eh? I haven't heard of that one. I know I've heard of Ableton and a few others, but Audio Tune is a new one. Hello, monsters. I didn't get any of the stuff I wanted to get. Yeah, but I just wonder how easy it would be to jump into one of those programs and create music. You'd think if it was truly easy, as I say, everyone would be doing it. They'd all be jumping in and putting in a few drums and a few other instruments and making a nice piece of music. But you just don't see that all the time. People like C418 are rather rare, actually. But I guess that makes them all the more special. Where did I put my iron? Oh, it's right in front of my face, so that probably answers my question. Three. Okay, so we have... Oh, we're out of time. Wow. Oh, well, I guess that shows it was a good stream. Didn't realize how long we'd been going. I thought we'd reached the 30-minute mark. We have been going for an hour. Well, I apologize, Sandy, but the stream must now come to an end. So I do hope you enjoyed the bit which you watched, and that you will come back for the next one on Saturday at the same. Sandy says you need the creativity and drive. Creativity. That's the one big, the difference maker, I suppose you'd call it. But yes, hopefully I can remember to continue this conversation when I'm a bit more educated on the subject. So, I'll see you all in the next stream. Da-da-da-da. Oh, and yes, I have been using this card for the Overwatch streams too. I guess it's just, you know, classic at this point.